It's called the Red Black Alliance. Always. The communists and the Islamists are going to put together. You have a Muslim problem in America, and you don't even want to talk about it. It's happening in Texas. It's happening in New York.
That he was
you really think
in a church as a child when it was attacked by Islamic extremists. He was severely burned and injured and evac to Europe, where he recovered in a hospital and got
jerks of women.
refugee status.
Literally hate us. Yes, that's the problem. In South Sudan, we understand this. In Australia, we understand this.
Yeah, he lived in Australia, actually.
You might think of Australian women and stuff, but in Australian women, we dismiss them. We're like, yeah, you're a jerk. Women voted 88% for Mamdani because men don't want them.
He's upset with women.
But the men don't vote.
He said
unless you get energized, like President Trump energized young men to vote in 2024. I don't think you guys get this. It's like a gender war that is going on at the moment.
We're never going to be, like, the Republicans and conservatives were never going to take New York City. That's why we didn't even throw a cannon. And he's already lost. Like, to me, as a conservative, I'm going to tell you all this. That was a gift. I won. Mandami, I won. A lot of Republicans are like, oh, it's socialism. No, I won. Because first off, he's already having problems. He's already counted. Hochul ran on raising no new taxes, and particularly not creating fucking waves within the rich community, and particularly in the power brokers community. So that was Hochul's speech. She's governor. She outranks Mandami. Mandami wants to increase taxes. He can only do it in certain subsets. New York City is not he can't just go ahead and willy-nilly. Furthermore, he's already put the proposal out that, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to fine apartment owners into oblivion, and if they don't do exactly what we tell them to do, we're just going to seize their properties, and then we'll fix it, and then we'll do it. You just gave a huge loop and own it. So now you gave a huge loop for property owners to say, you know what, I'm just going to abandon this. I'm not going to fix it. They'll take over it. I don't care. I'm out the asset. I'll take the tax write-off. I'll take the depreciation, and I'm going to fucking own it, and I'm going to fly to Florida. And furthermore, most of those people are already spending over 50% of their time in Florida. So guess what? They don't have to pay New York City taxes because their residency is technically in Florida. So c'est la vie for New York City. Now, that's a loophole that Mandami didn't figure out, and those that voted for him. And then when all those tenants are sitting there screaming, hey, we want this, guess what? Mandami's going to have to raise taxes in New York City, and it's not going to be on the rich. It's going to be on the middle income. And you're going to ask, why am I paying 70% of my taxes? Why am I getting fleeced here? Why am I making $28 an hour but bringing home $4? And that's because Mandami is going to have to raise taxes and try to find a way to raise capital to provide free NFTA bus passes, free subways, or whatever else free. He's got to provide free childcare from birth to 5 years of age. That's huge. And then he's got to pay for all these properties that he wants to seize. Oh, and then he's going to do a rent hike on about, 25 to 50% of apartments that he can touch. That's a lot of, I mean, we won. Hats off, because this is an epic failure. And you know what's going to be? Oh, it's because of the Republicans. There's no Republicans in New York City. It's fucking your Democrat Socialist, and it's your Democrat Party. I win. I don't give a shit. I'm in Houston and in Dallas-Fort Worth. I just passed the brand new Merrill Lynch building, the one that they just finished. It is an epic piece of construction. It is an epic office building, and they're building a financial district down here. Already the majority of them have assets down here, and they're already shifting their workforces down here. New York City is losing. It's already lost. It's done. The last person to leave, turn the lights out, because quite frankly, that's going to be New York City.
What do Muslims in the U.S., I can't get a clear answer online what they vote. Do they vote Republican, Democrat? I can't get a straight answer.
They vote Democrat because of the benefits. Muslims don't contribute anything in the United States. 75% of Somali men don't work. 85% of Somali women don't work in the United States. Same thing with Afghanis, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, and everything else like that. Because if you read the Quran, it says Muslims are here, which means like Muslims that own their own country and non-Islamic world. So that's why. Have you noticed? Let me ask you a question, Viking. 85% of all refugees, the whole world, are Muslims. Why don't they go to Muslim countries as refugees? Why do you think they come to the Western countries? Viking, I'm asking you. Why don't they go to Saudi?
You mean why don't they go anywhere else? Because they get killed. Over here, they're free to.
No, they don't. They don't get killed.
Oh no!
They
I mean, if they
killed.
were in the streets protesting like they did in Dearborn, Michigan, telling the people that live there.
No. They're not there to have a good life, Viking. They're there to take it over.
No, I know that, but they would meet resistance in any other country. Like any other country would have just killed them.
Yeah, because they know the scum that it is. America, you have to talk about. Stop taking in Muslim people. If Muslim countries really wanted to have majority countries, send them to Saudi, send them to the UAE, send them to Qatar. Yeah.
لا أنا فلسطيني حبيبي. Okay. ليش why do you sound like this, J.O.?
Are you really Sudanese? Are you from Sudan, Ahmed?
Bima!
No. I'm not from
Oh,
Sudan.
Bima, you want to do an ASMR room? Holy shit.
Where are you from, Ahmed?
You just said
That was fun. That was like...
Let me ask y'all guys. Like,
that was an awesome room. We should try to do it now. You want to come up and do Pepe? We'll call it the Pepe we'll just call it the Ultimate Clubhouse ASMR room. The ultimate.
Could you do me a favor real quick first?
What?
Can you see if our little group has a room opened? Did they block you? How are you streaming us today? Don't even tell me. Apparently I heard that you guys are streaming us, but I couldn't find you. But can you look to see if we have a room opened?
What?
I think somebody has me blocked and I can't get in.
What is it?
Because I don't see a room.
You're talking about Snatched?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see it. Oh yeah. You can't get in because what's his face? Those two guys are modding it. Brock and not Ewan. Is it Ewan? I can't remember whatever that other guy's name is. They sound like the gay hillbillies.
Who's in there right now? Who's modded?
I can't see that room on this profile. It's not coming up. But welcome to the Ultimate Clubhouse ASMR experience with our super ASMR hostess and Guy Bima, who will take you to Uranus or Saturn or Jupiter, wherever you desire to go, whatever you want in your life. Miracles or wishes or magic spells, Bima is your source. Take it away, Bima. Let me see if I can find it.
Give me a second.
and were far astray on their own.
Welcome back to the Clubhouse ASMR experience you've always wanted, but never knew was possible because people are psychotic and have toxic personalities and just wanted to compulsively talk and talk and talk and talk and yell and shame and insult for no reason other than the fact that they themselves are unhappy and crazy and obnoxious. There can be no other explanation for why someone attacks somebody nonstop and wastes all your time talking about nothing, arguing about a Google search. What a waste of time. What Can't find it. Maybe they closed it. Or maybe they kicked me.
They kicked both of us. I think there's too many people. And not to be open.
Well, maybe you'll be open to a new experience. There's so many new experiences to be enjoyed. Listen to these freak shows. I have access to some of the craziest people in Clubhouse. Let me give you a small sample of what I would describe as completely insane people. Maybe not completely insane, but neurotic.
The first part is I warned you, and I can't change.
That's not the whole
what
verse.
I warned you about. That is
Not the whole verse.
That is the immediate context of the verse.
That's not the whole verse.
I warned you of X, and then I can't change what I said about what I warned you about.
Read the whole verse.
Clearly
Read
saying
28.
not that I've made a specific judgment about you, and I can't change that. Just that when I make claims about things, I can't change them. I gave you a warning, and I can't change the thing I warned you about. That is the immediate context of the verse. Let's read it again. Do not dispute in my presence. I've already given you a warning, and my word cannot be changed. It's like saying I couldn't change what I'm going to do because I warned you, and I can't change what I warned you about. That's very obviously the context.
So do not dispute in my presence, since I had already given you a warning. So now he is judging them. The previous verses are speaking about that, right? Because like the verse that I started from, so for some reason you don't want to start from there, but it does say that it will be said to both the angels, throw into hell every stubborn disbeliever. And then it goes on. And then, who set up another God with Allah. So cast them into the severe punishment. Then the devilish associate will say, our Lord, I did not make them transgress. Rather, they were far astray on their own. So he's like disputing, he's arguing. Then God says, do not dispute in my presence.
I can't take anymore. That was just funny.
Pause. We're not at the fucking kitchen table, and we are just chopping it up. So it sounds a little crazy the way we're talking, but I know what you're saying, Michael, and
I don't give a shit. You'll never hear me mourn, and I won't give a damn. I don't care about their children. I don't care about their pregnant wives. I don't care about their fucking wives. I don't care about their concubines.
Oh my God! Brad Stauffenberger, claims manager at Texas Children's Hospital.
When he fucking can.
The warrior, patriot, Viking, Brad.
I don't give a damn. I really don't care about him. I am not that nice a guy. You have me fucked up with somebody who's like, oh, doesn't understand. I understand. They're fucking pussies. They can't fight. And then they beg and cry and then say they're proud, powerful people and that their religion is the right one. But they always sit there with their hands outstretched, begging and then crying about how, oh, we're the great Satan when we fed them, clothed them, and gave them everything. Fuck them.
No, it's true.
Oh, Brad.
And it's a look.
If it's Thursday night and you're debating with Odd Chick Bima, things aren't going that great in your life. That's just an opinion. Now, I'm not nothing bad against Odd Chick, but if you're a super cool dude with all the answers and you're talking to Odd Chick all night, I mean, is it for entertainment?
Minnesota's never been a swing state. It hasn't voted.
Is it boredom?
6 years.
Is it loneliness? Is it intellectually stimulating?
And it's like, it's true. Even last year, President Trump was like being like, yeah, I'm going to end the war because he knew the Muslims in Michigan could swing the vote. They vote and everything else like that. These people literally have no right to be in America. And they're going to...
What was that?
It was dope. But I want to see America.
We can do a bunch of bees for Brad.
Bees. Let me check my Bumble account real quick.
Bees, bloviating, blustering, buffoonery.
Bees.
Bitter.
Bzzz, bzzz, do you know?
Blame shifting, blah
all for that shit. Like, I don't care about Canada. I fucking hate Canadians. So, like, they can go.
Brad hates Canadians. Put it in the notes.
And then
put it in the show notes. Brad hates the
like,
Canadians.
In Minnesota, there, like, yeah, Jacob Fry won because he was the incumbent. Because, quite frankly, there was no one else to go. And Fada, they didn't have like a strong campaign outside the fucking small Somali community they had. And unfortunately for them, they only have a certain area around St. Paul. They don't own the entire district, and they couldn't beat Fry on that. He didn't have to split the Somali vote. Those little fucking sand monkeys could all fucking gather together, and he
just called the Somalians in Minneapolis sand monkeys.
They don't like him. The people of Minnesota, the people of Minneapolis, they don't like them. They don't want them there. They don't fucking care. Black, Hispanic, and white do not, Asian, they do not want to live near them. They don't want them around. They close them off. They have been doing redlining. They have been doing
redlining
lines.
Isn't that a clubhouse thing to say?
Pull businesses from there where it's only Somalia. You go down to Little Mogadishu and drive through there. There ain't shit there. There ain't nothing. There's a goat spinning on a fucking Humvee there or VW, but there's nothing. There is nothing there that's like fucking worth a shit. And when you drive down there, the cops don't respond. I don't give a fuck because no Minnesotan is living there. They literally say there's no Minnesota living in Little Mogadishu. We don't need to go down there. Let the bastards kill themselves. They don't fucking care. And when they do catch them outside of that area, the cops are fucking racist enough that they just fucking bury them and put them under. And there's always shootings, there's always killings, and there are always rapes in that area. And so they're basically like hoarding them together to try to get them to kill themselves off and just fucking end it. Because quite frankly, nobody wants it up there. And that may be racist, it may be cruel, it may be harsh.
Whistleblower!
It's approved by the Asians, the Hispanics, the whites, and the blacks. Like, all of them approve of this. Nobody likes them. So Fry won handedly over Feta because Feta didn't have anybody but a few fucking thousand Somali votes. Like, that was it. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even going to be close. Like, Fry wasn't worried about the Somali vote. Those guys can't even fucking read, let alone go show up at a poll in massive ways to swing a vote. Ilhan Omar fucked her brother and basically won an election there, and is like still non-relevant in Congress. Like, has not done a single thing. So
Brand Stauffenberger alert!
Can't fucking do it, and she keeps winning her district because why? It's a Little Mogadishu. Like, those are the only people there. That's how she's winning. Like, that's really when I know the truth. There's nobody in there. There's no black people. There's no white. There's no Hispanic, and there's no Asian in her district. The Jewish people next door don't even like her, and they don't support her, and they'll step back, and they're stopping the funding. So nobody's pushing it. Like, that's it. That's all you have. There's nothing there. Like, nobody likes them. And the same thing with who is it? It's up there with like some of the other groups that are getting imported, like the ones in Texas that like wanted Sharia law. Nobody wanted that. They started fucking doing their protests, and what wasn't covered on the news was a whole bunch of Texans saying, here, I'm going to beat your ass if you step out of line. They did, and a whole lot of Mexicans came over and helped beat that ass because they said, hey, no, senor, we don't fuck with that shit. We don't want that shit here. You ain't in charge. Like, first off, the United States has more in connection with every Hispanic nation, including the Mexicans down below. This is our half of the world. Like, keep your Muslim ragged ass over there. Keep your Middle Eastern ass. You can have Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints and all of that fucking cast all over there. You can have it all. I don't give a fuck. Take Moses. Take all the Sky Daddy issues you want to. Have all the goats you want to. But keep it fucking over there. On this side of the pond, we have Hispanics, and we have white people. We have Native Americans. We have blacks. That is it. Oh, and a couple of Asians who also helped build this fucking country. There has never been a Middle Eastern that built this country.
I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. I love the United States of America. This is why you can't deal with this bullshit. I'm so impressed. You have to keep this out. And I was blackpilling for that situation, but the way you broke it down, I actually feel better because in my country we deported 1 million Muslims. They gotta go. They went to North Sudan. Now they're in the civil war. It's not my problem. I don't give a fuck. But I'm so impressed. I was like blackpilling because I thought America was like dropping the ball. But the way you broke it down, Baki, it's terrific. Thank you very much. I actually feel much better. when you said that.
We ain't gonna become Middle Eastern. It's a small victory that's going to be a fleeting flim. And New York City, all New York City did was after this mayor guaranteed us a Republican. You're going to get another Giuliani in there, and guess what? First thing we're going to go after is all the fucking 9/11 Valero owning motherfuckers that want to abuse black people in neighborhoods. Like, we're going to get rid of those fuckers as fast as they can. Like, go take your asses and go somewhere else. I'm done with it. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not kind to these Middle Eastern, Muslim fucking wannabes that come over here and just want to rip off minority groups in our country. Bad enough that minorities had to overcome a bunch of shit. Now you want to add to that shit? Fuck you. I have enough problems here. I don't need to import your fucking bullshit. Get them the fuck out of here. Let them drown. Let them nuke. Drop a bomb on them. I don't fucking give a shit. I don't really care. I don't even care if they starve. Like, people are like bitching about Gaza. I'm like, good. Fucking let's do more.
Yeah,
expand it out.
I don't give a fuck about Gaza, honestly. I don't give a fuck about Gaza. These people talk to me about Gaza. I'm like, I can't believe there's still a building standing in Gaza. If it was me, every single building would be fucking leveled in Gaza. There would not be a single building standing in Gaza. I think the Israelis are too soft. That's why they don't respect them in the Middle East. If that happened in a Middle Eastern country, I would like every single building in Gaza. Every single one. They believe in tents in the dirt.
My issue there is I would have unleashed 2,500 Marines that were stationed off of there. And as soon as I found out the one American girl was raped, tortured, and killed, and I said, hey, you know what? Go earn that title, Devil Dog.
Get the fuck out the car.
And make it so memorable. Make the Genevieve Conventions a to-do list. And make sure that if anybody ever again decides to touch a hair on an American's head, that they remember October 7th and say, the Devil Dogs will come get you. And it will not be pretty. Everybody drag grandma in the street behind a Humvee for fucking 10 miles until her skin peels off. I don't care. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like it when Americans are fucked with. I don't like it when they're killed. I really don't. I don't like it when this side of the world, of this globe, gets started messed with.
But it makes me so upset when I see Americans get killed, because I really like Americans. You people are good people. So when these Middle Eastern people talk about, genocide in Gaza and all this fucking bullshit, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. When I see Americans get killed, it makes me so upset, because they'll be like, Allah Akbar, I'm going to kill all of you. And then when you reply, they're like, where's the human rights? Oh, where's the fucking UN? Like, get the fuck out of here. It makes me so upset. Look, I saw a BBC documentary recently, and there was a building standing in Gaza. And I'm like, why the fuck is the building standing in Gaza? Level the fucking building. It's clearly Gorbachev. Level the fucking building. Get rid.
It's horrible. It's just horrible, bro. God.
I hear you. I'm just like I said, I don't want it anymore. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I'm tired of Muslim terrorists. Like, people don't even realize how many, even the Biden administration was catching at the southern border. I don't want them going into Mexico. I don't want Mexicans. I don't want Hispanics having to deal with fucking the Muslim brotherhoods, like, fucking wanting to go ahead. Like, Chile had it right.
Hispanics are good people.
Yeah, like, they should be like, yo, hey, I'm going to show you how far a burrito can fly, man. I'm going to shove this down your throat and send your ass back.
We're back for more, Grace. I give you angry, racist, very lonely, extremely depressed man in the clown house, starring Brad Stauffenberger, who does claims at Texas Children's Hospital.
Islamophobia. No one's afraid of Islamic culture. Like, I embrace it. I welcome, like, Muslims who want to adapt to America, but the ones that want to come here and establish a Sharia law.
Now notice the homicidal ideation.
Governing controls where you're telling people where they can live, where they can't live. Those that are governing who can shop. Like, we went through segregation. Fuck you, motherfuckers. You don't get to determine that. And no, I'll redline your asses out of oblivion.
Redline alert. Every time I hear redline alert, every time I hear redline on Clubhouse, I say redline alert.
But outside of that, really, where is it? Are they in the fields?
How many times can you say red line in a week on Clown House?
Oil, energy, grid, none of that shit.
He's gonna tell you.
There's some mostly medical. I'll give you
The
that.
red line
and that's
show.
It. Oh, and 7-Elevens. They own or Valero.
So
gas
this
stations.
isn't a house called Mediocre White Man, hosted by Beaver, Achik,
Tell
and
me where they are. Are
Viking.
they cleaning your sanitations? Are they your firemen?
We
your
got
police?
Shinny in the house.
Are they working
Chloe
in
John
banking?
Thunder
No.
Princess.
Are like
Welcome
law,
Devin
hope.
Turpin.
Devin.
But someone told me, and when we go to the doctor, we're not really thrilled, and they're not even the best ones. The Indians are actually out doing them. So, fuck it.
But Indian doctors, a lot of them don't even speak English.
I went to a nurse. She couldn't even speak English, and I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. And you know, you have to get the IV drip on your veins. And I was like, you can't even get the IV drip in my veins. She like fucked up my vein. And I was like, you really think that this is really the reason why you bring people over here, even though you're a doctor or a nurse and everything? And then this nurse, and I was trying to tell her,
What does Achik
because
do
she
for a
have the
living?
universal healthcare system. And I think she was from Pakistan or whatever the fuck she was from.
Here we go, angry
and
racist.
I was like, I just need IV in my veins. And she couldn't even find my veins. And yet, which is even worse,
You
she couldn't
know,
even speak
Grace,
English.
you don't know what this
And
guy
English is my third language, and I can speak better English than
is.
her.
You know, this guy could be
So I'm
disabled,
thinking,
Grace. That's the thing. It's
you really
like
think
it's so
that
easy
these
to
countries
hate this
needed
guy,
these
but
skilled
if we
trainers
saw what this guy looked
before
like,
they
who
had
knows?
him?
Maybe he's like actually disabled or something.
It's just a horrible thing.
Physically, you know.
If it needs so many skilled people, and they can build countries,
That has nothing to
why
do
can't
with
they
his
build their own
health.
countries?
Well, what I'm trying to say is maybe there's a mind-body connection
And you're
there
trying to
where
build and skilled
because
people into
he
America,
is
UK, the
You're
United
too
States, you know, New Zealand. It's
welcome
like,
Noura
why are you committing
Bandura.
suicide?
How's your face feeling today, Noura? Is it healing nicely?
I mean, like.
Did you ice it down
when I look
today?
at Chile and I realize,
Ice it down right now,
there's,
Noura. Get a warm
500,000
compress.
to 1 million.
Get some coconut butter wax on that scar.
Cousins. And then you start to look at, like, why are they able to live there peacefully, integrate with Chile? Which
You are
is
listening
no
to
big
Brad
country, but
Stauffenberger,
that's a
claims
significant
manager at Texas Children's
population
Hospital in
there.
Houston,
Then you realize,
Texas.
oh,
AK Clubhouse.
you gotta keep that in your own country.
Boy,
And they're not rioting, they're not protesting in the street. CNN isn't covering them down in Chile. They're sitting back going, hey man, we escaped that area.
This is live.
Someone else.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
That should tell people something. Like, you're worried about, oh, there's grandma that got bombed there because, you know, there was Hamas hiding in there. But you weren't
There are
worried
3
when
Anons in this
all
room
those,
right now.
You know, Hamas was killing all the Christian ones. Like, you know, now you want to support the fucking Muslims? Like, I'm like, make up your mind. Like, you can have your protest, you can believe it. I know there's probably people in this room that are like, hey, pro-Gaza. They have your viewpoint. For me, you'll never get me to care about it. And so it's a dead issue to me. Like, and if you really wanted to provoke
So
me on it, I would
KK
say, I would just,
Minra
like, waste
got a
time.
vid call, friend in trouble.
I'm okay with it. Like, at this point in time, I think, fuck, if I was commanding in the U.S. forces in World War II, the shit I would have done to the Germans, you have no idea. Fuck, the Japanese, I wouldn't have just shown them the sunsets twice. I would have done it over and over again.
The U.S. was too kind in World War II.
He's now our favorite racist.
Did I tell you there'd be some homicidal ideation coming up, or did I tell you there'd be some homicidal ideation?
And people want to bitch at us for dropping the nuclear bombs. Like, fuck. We should have dropped more of them. Like, like, the rape of Nanking alone deserved Nagasaki. Like, I'm just going to say it. You know, what they did.
Achik's like 100. Achik's like 100.
Deserved Hiroshima.
These guys are going to lead their own genocides one day. I know it.
We should have dropped another one.
I know.
We should have dropped it on the
Angry.
Emperor's head. We should have had the Emperor Hirohito stripped naked and hung on the mast of the Missouri. And that way, and just flown that way for a fucking year. And then what I would have done to him.
Brad!
Huh?
You said the first one you mentioned, the rape of something, or
Nanking.
Nanking used to be the capital of China. They changed it to Beijing after that.
Yeah. They like, the Japanese were not fucking, like, I still can't figure this out, why we never held them accountable for anything. Like, we just beat the shit. Like, Fuck, we just went
It's
to war
because
and
of the
slugged it.
Korean War. It's because of the Korean
It's because
War.
we
That's why.
respected them, Viking.
And then you got Germany. I would have burned Germany to the ground. There would have been.
Brad could have done it all by himself.
Like,
He's got that much fury. He could have taken on the Germans all by himself.
I would have burned that entire country to the fucking ground after
Viking, Stalin said he wanted to.
You know what's so funny is this is like watching somebody produce dopamine in real time for themselves. You know, and it's because there's a dopamine deficiency. They're bored. They're lonely. This is them role playing. If I was fighting against the fucking Nazis, I would have burned the fucking country to the ground. No one would have been as vicious as me. I would have fought those soldiers in a way no one would have stopped me.
He was like, it was so disgusting.
This is the roast of Brad, and he doesn't even know he's getting roasted live. This is Mystery Science Theater 3000 and the roast of Brad Stauffenberger.
They went through it, and that was okay with the German society.
Brad's history lesson.
Tell me
If Professor Stauffenberger was your history teacher.
Disney Resort after I got done, I would have dropped a nuclear bomb on Berlin and melted it to the core. There's nothing that would have been left.
Dude, note to self, do not give Brad access to the nuclear football.
Nice guy. Like, I'll take retribution. I'm not the guy you want to fight with.
He's reflecting now on what he would have done.
These guys, like, I don't have sympathy for them. I'm not a moral guy. I just want my Americans.
He's not a moral guy.
To be protected.
Notice all communication is
be alive. I want them to have
projection.
Raise their children and not have fear of going to work one day that a 747 is going to go flying through their office fucking window and tumbling their world down. That's not too much to ask in this place.
Where does he live? Like, does he have?
He lives in
You know what? I don't
in a
disagree.
shack in the
I
forest
think you have to protect the United States.
with a couple
because
wolf
where else are you gonna
dogs.
go? You know, there's nowhere else to go. Every place is fucking shit.
Nowhere else in
And
the world to
even
go.
with the Marshall Plan, General George Marshall, they rebuilt Europe and everything else like that.
Oh, Marshall
And
Rankin?
Europeans talking shit
Now
about
he's a
Americans
Marshall
and Middle East
My
and everything
parents
else
named
like
me
that.
after the Marshall Plan, and
Americans
thus my name's
know
Marshall
more.
Rankin. My little brother in Congress tells me that everything's gonna be okay, but Trump is fucking it all up.
Or probably more.
We're learning,
Yeah, but
Melissa,
like,
about
here's a
racist
big thing.
harass.
The only beef I have with the Mexicans, really, like, I have no problem with the Mexicans.
here
I
he
don't care.
goes.
I want to go
He's
back to the
moving
way
on.
we used to just open the borders and they would just go through. ICE is looking for people. When they opened the borders,
ICE
when you
is
used to be able
looking
to
for
cross back
people?
and forth all the time. I'm gonna tell you, like, the only thing I'm really pissed at the cartels is that they're not targeting, like, giving drugs to the Middle East. Like, why can't you fucking put fentanyl in fucking Saudi
Brian
Arabia and get
McDermott.
a bunch of motherfuckers hooked on that shit? Like, those
McDermott?
guys will do it. They're fucking crazy. They try to figure out how to work a dead man switch. I mean, they have, like, suicide vest training schools. You know, it's got a 50%
McDermott?
graduation rate.
Who invited you up here,
I can't believe
McDermott?
that. Like, could you guys help us out there? I mean, at least do some good.
No, I'm saying that you sound like
That's
a faggot.
true, but they eat.
You're fired, McDermott.
couple.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yemenis, you know, the Houthis, they eat cap all day long. That's the thing that they eat. They chew it, and they get high on drugs and everything else like that. That's why October 7th is so
Guy is the
violent,
racist
because
of
they're all
all
high on
people.
cap and they rape women and everything else like that.
Man, shut your white
And
ass up, bro.
my
You
problem
a
is,
girl,
like,
shut the fuck
a
up,
lot of the
fuck
leftists have the bigotry of low expectations.
Grace, I'm gonna let
So
Brian
it's like if
just.
somebody's
I'm
brown,
gonna
they're
give him a
like,
little
well,
grace,
yeah,
Brian. Gotta be a
you know
little
what,
respectful
fucking-
on the
did
stage.
you see that?
Otherwise-
case?
Be racist. Hey, she
Some
said
guy
it
raped a
first.
woman
She said it first.
from
She said it first.
Afghanistan.
She said it first.
And the court let him off
I'm responding to the guy
because
talking.
he finished too quickly.
Not you, Brian.
Allegedly.
Baby Steve Harvey. Oh.
Yeah, and he didn't even get a jail sentence. And this other girl, it's been happening so much. It's a bigotry of law expectation. So you have these white leftist women, and I've seen this
Okay, Viking Brad wrote in the chat.
That would be me.
Frankly, where I work and everything else like that. they'd be like, yeah, are you okay?
Murdering
And everything else
kids,
like
he
that.
writes?
But with white guys,
Nah,
they'll
man,
just like,
I am ending the line.
White women are the problem.
Why have the problem in the
Your women
future?
hate you. I've never
Just
seen
solve
something
it
like this
now.
in my entire life. I never thought it
The
would
problem
happen.
in the world is white women.
I
So
don't
the
even
guy
know.
raped a woman, and he was so
He
quick.
came too fast, and then a white liberal woman that was a judge let him off because that was the reason. And he didn't know that raping women was illegal.
So he should have been left out.
That's what they're dealing with.
If he didn't,
It's true.
if he didn't know, he
Well,
should
I
be
mean,
let go.
I can't fix
So he
stupid.
could rape
Like,
more
I can
women.
fix a lot of things, but I can't fix stupid. And if that woman, like, you know, oh, I'm sorry, he was just like 30 seconds, like, I mean, shit. I mean, fuck, I only last 10, so, I mean, if she's gonna like drop rape charges, well, then, you know.
No. She didn't drop rape charges. The judge let him off.
Oh, yeah. We've had some dumb judges, I'm not going to lie. Like the LA riots back in the 80s, what was that, 80s, 90s, you know, Rodney King era. You know, that judge, that blonde-haired goofball judge, looked at the Asian woman and said, hey, I didn't see any malice in her eyes. But what kicked off the riots that people still don't know was the fact that this Korean woman, which is why you get the rooftop Koreans, but this Korean woman shot a young black girl because she thought the young black girl stole a bottle of orange juice. Now, I'm not for stealing. I'm also not for like killing a 14-year-old girl with a 357 in the back of the fucking head. I think that's a little excessive there. I mean, I get it can be annoying, but you know, that led to a whole bunch of problems, and I don't think either side was right. But the judge letting off that woman with no convictions, no sentencing, no probation, not even so much as a slap on the wrist, and saying, I didn't see any malice. She seemed like a good person, and banged her gavel and said she's innocent. I just sat there and went, oh. You look at that and you're just like, that's dumb. Like, we have dumb judges. Like, we can't be
You
perfect.
break, you buy. That was the policy of the store.
Yeah.
It's true.
But if you guys were, like, in war, clearing villages, and you come across some crying kids of the enemy, and they're looking up at you, and they're crying, and their parents are dead, and they're just looking at you, y'all wouldn't, like, take them out, would you?
I'd burn the whole place down.
Did you hear that?
It's going from
The thing is, when you're a commander in the
It's
armed
crazy.
forces, one of my brothers, we adopted
He just
him
admitted that he would
his name is
kill all
Raj.
the
We
innocent
adopted him because he
children.
was orphaned from the war, whatever, right? And the problem is, these people,
Yikes.
they put bombs in like mosques, schools, hospitals, ambulances, churches.
It makes me want to just
everywhere.
get away
Every-
from
every-
people like
every
that
place
as
is fucking
far as
these
possible.
people.
Always stay as far away
And
as
they always
possible
have
from
like
people like that.
nice phones to like film everything. It's just a mess, people. You know?
Name it.
You'll
What
just
are
walk
these
up, you'll be
people?
like, yeah, I'm just eating, and a 13-year-old kid will come up to you and just blow themselves up.
Ugh. At first, I
don't think
liked
you realize the
Object,
mentality that people deal
but
with, or the American
the
soldiers
longer I
dealt
hear
with.
people talk on here, the less I respect
like
them.
People are like people.
Because
So when you look at the pool of things, the
prior to the
series
invention of
topics that have
Clubhouse,
explicit,
aka conference call game,
references in the Quran,
people
challenge
used
you
to
now
do
to look
productive
back into the world
things,
today
and
stand
only
and
productive
see if
things.
not
Now,
these are not
people
some of the
waste
most
time
difficult things
doing
that the
conversational
majority of society
hypnosis
deals with
and
on a
avoiding
day-to-day
all the
basis.
things they gotta do in their
Divorce,
life.
inheritance, business transactions, fundamentals of how to worship God, which are in there. So there are some people who have said that if there was something more important, like aliens taking over the Earth,
See, this is
or
becoming the
Martians
book
living
club
on
now.
Mars that are one day going to come and take over our Earth, and we don't know how to deal with them. Like, if these were more important things that
I mean,
would
I
occur
wish it
for
was becoming the
humanity
book club, but
in
this
the
guy's
end
a
of
pretty
time,
good debater. This is,
then
guy's name is
they would have been
Muslim
mentioned.
Salam,
So
or
one, it
Islam
gives you the
Salam.
widest spectrum of principles to work with, and that's why Muslim civilization has been built on top of it. But I want to be clear, every application of the Quran is a human application of it. We don't believe there's such a thing as a theocracy. We never say.
Okay,
and there are claims about philosophy. Okay? You understand so far?
This is Matthew.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need to check.
Am I Rich? Or
So
Matthew Amir
religion
Richardson. I don't know if you know this guy. You probably know him.
Above the claims that are more foundational.
Full service property portfolio trader in the UK, property investment consultant. Instagram is Matthew _ Amir _ Richardson or Matthew Amir Rich on X.
The religion is not true, right? Because in order to determine the veracity of a religion, you need to determine the veracity of its more foundational claims. The more foundational claims are that there are claims in history, in philosophy, and about the natural world.
No, I give you Jeff's house.
Or something like that. So
it's a metaphor.
I thought it was a metaphor for like, all right, your wife finished up like doing her nighttime routine, and she's like, but it actually did sound that like your laundry was done and you're changing it, and that makes sense when you're in the garage. So I was confused. Which one?
I just want to know why if you have a dishwasher, why doesn't you do laundry too?
It does. I just got the notifications on my phone. This is how I keep the score and track that everything's operating properly in the household.
Oh, you're operating.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds like you do like half the housework.
Not a bit.
Or more.
Not even a bit. Tell me one thing I do.
This guy runs a good
They're
ship.
not American kids. They're not Johnny and Jane. They're not
Back to the Viking.
They're not Jesus and Juanita. They're not.
Burn the whole village down, kill all the children.
I don't know the Asian ones. They're gonna have to give me a.
You have no idea what I've done to those Germans.
They're not that. They're just not, and they're not in America, and they don't They don't play by your rules. You're gonna have to go fight them.
Viking warrior.
Hello.
It's true.
What's up?
This
and
is
it's true.
KK's back.
They really try
KK
everything.
Min.
This is what people don't get. Why did you
Cal Day O 000. That's her profile name.
They don't fight by morality. Like the Geneva Convention is a fucking past. Nobody follows that in war. They just deal with it after the war. Because you have they will walk out with an 8-year-old girl, be like, yeah, do you have any food or anything else like that?
You'll deal with it
And
after
then you
it's
give them
over
food,
and you've
and
killed
then you
all
snipe
people.
her back and shoot your friend. Just a horrible, horrible thing. And you're 100% correct, Viking. Go ahead, KK.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you tonight?
Ooh, who's
Fine.
this?
Very good. Hello.
We have a new actor.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Did you put that white wine bottle down?
Child, please. I had spaghetti tonight with bolognese sauce,
says that
so
she's
I had red
a-
wine. Don't act new now.
Intellectual coming on.
It's been a
She claims that she's a
couple of weeks.
Gold
I've been
Star
super busy.
widow,
Brad, I only caught the tail end of your conversation.
and her husband died
And
overseas
what
fighting.
they did in
That's
Iraq
exactly what it is,
from
the
OIF
tail
1
end.
to OIF 2, the standard operating procedures for the infantry in particular, they changed the rules of engagement
That
and they
sounded
changed
great.
the actual
This
strategy
is an
plan
app
when they went in.
to real
The reason why they
people.
did this
That's what it
was, in
is.
particular,
Just a
to
bunch of
avoid
crazy
as much
people.
as possible
This
the
is
innocent
IQ
civilian casualties that could be that were in the area. During OIF 1, the
Who is
women
she
and children
reading?
were used so much. The kids were actually used as bait because the terrorists would have
What's wrong, Melissa?
dug in IEDs
What, you want to
into
hear to the Tao
ground.
Te Ching?
And they were pressure plates, but they were pressure plates to only go off at a certain weight. So what they would
I
do
gotta change
is they
that
would
out here.
send kids running
You don't want to tell me if I'm lying right now, gang. If did it not happen like this, and then if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying, gang. Cut me off when I'm back.
Hold on, real
Cut me off when I'm back.
Hey, look at my PTI and look at Ross.
Ross and yours.
Look at my PTI. Hey, Ross, that's like $2,000 you got, right?
And he got them, and the brother is saying, I will give you everything you need. because I know that my brother did not commit suicide. So,
and every aspect of it is not there. However, most of what's available with respect to abrogation is going to have to be based on something transmitted either by.
Let them be angry.
Well, let's be clear. This broad's not going to make me happy.
I'm just you know where I'm going.
She's like 32 with triple E's. Like, this broad's not making anyone happy.
I'm gonna have to take her man.
This room's called Only Fags. It's got a gay flag, a Jewish star. It's called Bathhouse Bucket House. And it's Alamgir, Sahi, Bad Sonu, AK, and Fiona.
Oh my god. Who is you? Youngest of 13? You have so many cousins?
Realistically hates this person, doesn't like
this person.
Andrew has aspects that he
Why
likes
does the Bible
and aspects that he
forbid
doesn't
gay
like.
marriage?
So
Open
he's going
stage.
to tread slowly. He's not going to what Andrew's saying is that he's not going to jump right into the guy who hates him holistically. He wants to know more information, what's going on. Like he's making,
If that's true, then that itself I find problematic, right? Because if Andrew is saying, no, look, if Andrew R is saying,
they all believe in that. I'm not gonna lie. Even this is what I'm saying, Amir. I mean, even the most liberal Jew still believe in keeping a government for folks like this. I mean, how can I say his name? Norman?
Ferreira, there's no way you look like that.
Norman Finkelstein here. Yeah.
It's like a supermodel, Ferreira.
What about Bernie Sanders? Both of them believe basically the Jew state.
This is a Emir room, terrorist promoter supporter room.
So, what is that? Really, what is that? Is that
okay? Listen to this
insight here. So I got a couple questions for you.
This is called "They Framing Trump with Epstein Cover Up." What's next for America?
What are you currently paying your workers to do that kind of work?
When you fill the bin, we give you $12 a bin.
Zero.
$12 a bin. Okay. And you said the guy next to you. And you said the guy next to you is doing that for $1?
There's only two people in the audience.
I don't think he pays them because he'll pay them and then he'll take money. He'll charge them rent.
How much bins can you fill a day?
Charge them rent to work there.
Well, a good worker could maybe do 10 a day.
So the reason why I'm asking you really is because did you report this guy to the Department of Labor?
Yeah. We let him know how this guy is acting and what he's doing.
And they haven't done anything.
They've gone in there and had to free some people. They had to literally free people. Go in there and the sheriff had to stay there. The sheriff had to it's like slavery. The sheriff had to stand there, let the people grab their slavery. Yes.
Oh no!
In these fields, yes.
Jerry, this is what you've been advocating for.
No!
Putting words in my mouth. What did I miss?
Completely different. So it's it's very difficult for people that are in the Americas or Western culture
Melissa's always upset about the supreme profanity. Melissa, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to hear a lot of horrible things on this app from horrible people.
That's the sad part. But for
it's
anyone
not
to think
pleasant.
Like the U.S. military,
that's why I listen to audiobooks a lot.
Between Baghdad,
but I'm here recording this stuff, to try
did
to
not make operational changes to minimize and reduce the number of potential
help
casualties
these people
of
perfect
innocent civilians. It's not true.
ignorance.
It's not true at all. So that's
public
just kind of how the
speaking faux
evolution
pas.
of it is. Unfortunately, war is not pretty. War is fucking war.
You seem to have problems with bad things, right? Or your perception of a group that's teaching bad things. Where exactly do you park all of that sensibility and rationality and respect and respect for the sanctity of life when you take on this shell of Zionism, which seems to be antithetical to all that? It seems to be, in the modern context, something that advocates for the killing of women, children, genocide, war crimes, ethnic cleansing, like at its core about ethnic superiority. So like I really get lost in conversation with you because then I sometimes remember, oh yeah, but this guy's like a staunch Zionist.
Muslim, what is
maybe
your
help
point?
me understand where that comes from.
I just think that Zionism means that there should be a safe haven for Jews, where Jews don't have to be in the minority, because for thousands of years they were minorities in countries and, blamed for all sorts of stupid stuff like causing the Black Plague or all sorts of craziness, or
gonna lose. They don't want that. They want to be able to pay nothing to somebody.
But
that's how. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but if employers are able to get visas for their
agree on this on a lot of levels. I have a
So
daughter.
people in Mises 420 lounge tonight were claiming they used to hang out with Jeffrey
I was very
Epstein.
protective of my daughter because of some things I went through. And they don't like the Jews. And when my mother died,
It was so
I found
crazy. They were saying, "Oh, Jeff was so charismatic."
And I did
Jeff
not realize
could get all the ladies.
that my mother had been through some
And
things
he was
that I went
legit.
through.
He had all this money.
And it's a generational shit that happens because it becomes an unspoken
It's like
shit
all
that
made up.
happens
I
in
think
our fucking community.
It's an unspoken
And this is the shit that I be talking about.
his
It'd be
chick's
these
name is
unspoken
Raz
fucking
Therese
conversations.
or Therese 38. Just me 47
on
on
and on and
Instagram.
on.
Founding member of Detroit to LA.
And when does it fucking stop? And this is why I be so fucking aggravated, because we as a culture accept all of this shit.
Retired Army
I can remember
soldier.
as a girl in New York, in Brooklyn, you got motherfuckers.
She's
I can remember clear as day, a
specialist.
16-year-old girl. You got motherfuckers in their 20s pulling up to fucking Madison High School in Brooklyn. They in their 20s. All these fucking drug dealers pulling up to the fucking high school, picking up girls in fucking Benzes and shit. Why the fuck they showing up to the fucking school? But these niggas pulling up to the fucking school in all these fucking Benzes and Beamers. And this shit was fucking acceptable. And we just keep accepting this shit from one generation to the other. And it creates motherfuckers like Trump. Melania is my fucking age. Trump is 80. What in the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. What's your point?
She was a mail order fucking bride. This motherfucker was on a fucking website. I talked about this the other day.
You did?
This girl came to this country on a fucking mail order fucking website. Looking for a rich older man because she didn't have shit, because she came from a country poor and broken with no fucking education.
So Rez, it's also a little bit worse than that, because there's this other guy that Trump was part of this crew, and I can't think of. He has some position, I think even his last administration, this administration, Zampelli or Zampezi, some whatever his name is, but that's apparently who supposedly connected him and Melania. It's just it's sex trafficking.
Yes.
That's simply what it is.
Yes.
Right? So I did want to get on what Lisa was saying, or just real quick, and I'm gonna get back off the mic, but what Epstein said that Trump, that he's known a lot of bad people. He said Trump is the worst person he's ever met, and he said that there's not one decent cell in his body. So that's Jeffrey Epstein's direct quote about a man he spent 10 to 15 years around, watching the way he moves.
And what you call it was no better, because I know y'all think that what's her name? The first wife was great, but guess what? She was fucking young too. Do y'all know that? She was fucking young too. She was very young. The fuck? This didn't just start.
The fuck?
No, it's a story, and you can. I think it's in Mary Trump's book, or not. I'm trying to think of whatever. The book is written about him. There's a story that's been corroborated where Donald Trump, as a young kid, was
not just in the Middle East per se. If you look at the history of war, you can see documentation of it, of innocent women being killed by their own for the purpose of war, and then using that as propaganda to say, oh, look what they have done.
Look what you did to my wife.
That's the sad part of it. So it's not just one area of the world.
What did she do to my wife?
No,
Look what they did to my wife!
The United States actually won the Battle of Longhorn and My Life and everything else like that. But they use it for propaganda. That's what they do. How do you think they have like 4K cameras in Gaza to like shoot and everything? Because they know because the Israelis tell them, like, I'm going to blow this building up at 4 p.m. this time. And they sit there with a camera, and then they send it to the BBC or CNN, all these fake news stations, and they use it for propaganda. That's what they do. And these people are heartless. Okay, but you guys know these people. They've done it for the whole history of the world because they know Western liberal democracies.
Just promise me you're not a Zionist.
They're going to be like, yeah, this is wrong. But they don't understand what the soldiers are coming to. I always pray for the soldiers of Vietnam. Can you imagine coming home?
Chick used to the soldiers of Vietnam? What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Calling you baby killers. That would have destroyed me. I cannot imagine that. That's what they've done this a long time ago. And that's why it's so hard to win these wars, because they do that to everybody. It's a horrible.
Yeah.
Good one, Odd Chick. Good ad, Odd Chick.
UHF.
Wow!
I've shared this sentiment with Beaver before, which is I don't believe the propaganda on both sides when it comes to Palestine, Israel. I feel like both sides, and it makes people like me, I don't have no skin in the game per se, of what to believe, right? So it's like, all right, you read an article, then you research the source of the article, then you do 2 or 3 extra links to see, okay, what is true, what is not true. And then it's like, okay, then it's frustrating to me sometimes that on both sides of that issue is people will only see one side and not even have the actual conversation. So if you oppose it in any capacity, one side or the other, you're automatically, anti-Semite, or you're automatically Islamophobe. It's like, no, this is what I'm seeing, experiencing. I don't understand it, but I think that's one big problem that we have in the United States is like we're being flooded with propaganda, and it's hard to get out of that, in particular, like your said algorithms, And then it's almost to the point, like, what do you believe then? So it's like, all right, people think they're like, wait, you listen to Candace Owens? I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to her. I don't agree on everything that she says, but I like the fact that she asks questions. Like, okay, she's unadulterated in that capacity. And I feel like in this topic in particular, I think we all need to kind of like, ask questions and not listen to like all of the propaganda.
I'll tell you what I thought about this topic. I think there's no such thing as a Palestinian. I think they're Arab, they're Jordanian. There's an Arab state and a Jewish state. The Jews accepted the Arabs from 1948 until 1967. The Palestinians never even declared a state in so-called occupied West Bank, which was occupied by Jordan at the time. I'm sick of these Arabs occupying whole stretch of Israel. If I was Israel, I would just take Judean Samaria, which is the West Bank, because I've been there, and just apply sovereignty and deal with this question. They can fuck off. Because it's like, people will use this question. Anti-Semitism was there before the state of Israel. You had a whole Holocaust, So, like, in my opinion, like, they need to deal with the once and for all. Anti-Semitism is such a disease. It's a horrible, horrible thing. And because Israel, I feel like, you know what, fuck these people, they're going to hate me anyway. Take the whole thing and apply something. America took California. They took New Mexico and New Mexico. Like, I want them to take the whole thing and just tell the Arabs there to fuck off. Honestly.
Here's what I'll say, and it's probably controversial, but I don't really care anymore. I'm so sick of the Zionist narrative in America, and I'm not pro-Muslim either. I'm want any country. I don't want the USA entangled with any country the way it is with Israel, because we have a lot of Jews in this country that are prominent in many industries and politics, which is totally fine and more power to them. They're very smart people, very successful. But when they start to show allegiance in our policy towards a certain country over there and show even more deference to the country, it seems like it's like, hold on a minute, we're fucking Americans first and foremost. So that's where I'm starting to like just realize like what the fuck is going on here. I don't I don't want anybody to die, especially fair. Yeah, I don't want any like innocent people to die over there. I don't want anybody to die, but like I don't want to be wrapped up. And it's like if you just have any questions about it, it's like you're anti-Semitic or you're Islamophobic or whatever.
But that's not true. Like, I mean, fuck, Israel is like a fucking shit show. Like, half of the fucking nation was out there protesting fucking government injustice and judicial reforms and civil rights. Like, they were marching in the streets of Dakar. They had their own BLM protests. Like, those fucking twat waffles over there have no sense of like what the fuck they're doing either. Like, they're about to have their civil war and civil rights issues.
Israel's gonna have a civil war.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
Brad.
you got a whole host of problems. I don't think we should be involved in the extent that it should be, and I frankly don't give a fuck one way or the other because Israel is like Israel. Like I don't. I put them on the category of England, France, Germany, Spain, Belgium. I don't know. Give me another Brazil, like Mexico. Like I mean, they're problematic. Canada, like they're just
Israel and Canada.
If you're going to be targeting
same
Israel,
shit.
they got to bring up
You don't give a fuck
because we do kind of similar shit with other countries. I mean, but frankly, I don't like Canada. Not
into that same level.
I gotta say, I agree with them. I don't like Canadians
when my late
either.
husband would deploy on what they call WestPACs, it's like
Just
Western
kidding.
Pacific
Hello, Canadians.
deployment
Come on,
on
you
a
guys
naval
are
ship
great.
carrier group.
Yeah,
They would always spend so much time in the Middle East and in the Red Sea, and I'm like, well, I was like, babe, why do you do that? He's like, well, we have to keep a presence there. There's always 2 MUs floating around the world globally, Marine Expeditionary Units, one on one side of the globe, the other on the other side. And they're like, we're there. It's like, it's because of also the intel. Because we know there's parts of the world, such areas of the world that have a higher propensity towards violence and hate toward the United States and our interests. So we always go to have an actual presence. That's why he did training with the Jordanian army. He's actually met the king of the Jordanian or Jordan. And they're like, we purposely do that to kind of do a posturing for the other countries.
Grace, I just wish I had some potato chips.
Say, okay,
it's the only thing I'm missing right now is some
other
potato
Arabic
chips.
nations and countries in this area, and to include states that are invested.
Mixed
and,
nuts just is not the carbs I need right now. I
really
need some potato
what he's telling me
chips.
was like it was just posturing, and they've been doing that for decades. Because I asked him like, well, do you know how long they've been doing that? He goes, I don't know. He goes,
This
decades.
will go on.
Goes,
this could go on for hours.
Dig in and see like what the actual.
How did you find this room?
You know, the operational
It's,
training regimen scheduling
Beaver.
was for
He puts together
in
these
that actual
racist
region.
spaces
Like
with
way
Pepe.
before, he's like, it was way before the Cold War. It was even during, Vietnam and Korean wars. Just how it's always been, and it's basically because of that. But the intel that.
Mute up, Mike. Mute up, Mike.
Yeah, but what's up with all the insults?
Mute up, Mike.
Because you're a dummy.
Yeah, bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You've been saying this shit for the last 2 days. Pay attention. Pay attention. Instead of trying to disrespect a woman on stage, pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Who did I disrespect?
Patty, I left vodka tonight.
Shut the fuck up, Mike.
I didn't disrespect anybody, man.
Patty drinking that vodka tonight. Patty, taking it down the vodka, Patty.
You're quiet. And instead, you wanted to come for our neck, talking about some fucking Democrats, whatever. Talking over us. When you should have paid attention. Biden, what the fuck Biden was going to do? Biden was going to go to their house and steal their records. Biden was going to go to their house and steal
Patty, you just doing so over this.
Mike P was the one in the Bugatti's videos.
Oh, Lord. There you go.
Submit something after you Google it and read.
Oh, Lord.
See, we have got to get on Amari. One thing about Amari, it may have took a couple of months, but the motherfucker's starting to try to read something before he opened his goddamn mouth. You have not learned yet, brother. You are the dumbest motherfucker in the room right now.
Patty, calm down. You gotta calm down now. The insults are just way too much.
No, it's the truth. It's
bitch. Yeah, because you're a Democrat, that doesn't mean that you're right 100%.
Wait, who's singing? I have a question.
Way too many insults.
She quoted. Oh, fuck this shit.
She quoted Precious on your
ass. I'm not doing it. Fuck this.
You guys want to hear this shit?
Yeah, learn how to have a conversation without being too many insults.
Do that, Mike. Go ahead.
Nigga, what the fuck?
You didn't put.
You gotta know that in order to get past the.
Bro, listen. You didn't put the
same nigga that just
We're not sitting still for overhead charges of cost prior to distribution.
Don't fuck with my distribution costs. I'm making a lousy $2.15 per segment. I'm already depositing $25,000 a week with Metro. I'm paying William-Mars 10% off the top. And I'm giving this turkey 10 per segment and another 5 for this fruitcake. And Helen, don't start no shit with me about a piece again. I'm paying Metro 20% for all foreign and Canadian distribution, and that's after recoupment. The Communist Party's not going to see a nickel out of this goddamn show until we go into syndication.
Oh, come on, Lorraine. The party's in for $7,500 a week production expense.
I'm not giving this pseudo-insurrectionary sectarian a piece of my show. I'm not giving him script approval, and I sure as shit ain't cutting him into my distribution charges. You fucking fascist! Did you see the film we made of San Marino jailbreak out demonstrating the rising up of the Seminole prisoner class infrastructure? You can blow the Seminole prisoner class infrastructure out your ass! I'm not knocking down my goddamn distribution charges!
And give her the fucking overhead clause. Let's get back to page 22. 5, small a, subsidiary rights.
Where are we now? Page 22, middle of the page, subsidiary rights. As used herein, subsidiary rights means, without limitation, any and all rights.
That's a movie clip from the movie Network.
I totally forgot. I love that.
It sounded like her room, didn't it?
It sounded exactly like her room. You totally had me fooled.
Miss Lisa, are you off mute or on mute, or you told us to wait? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I said you guys could talk. I had to re-cue it because when you were arguing, I put my finger on it and lost the cue.
Got it.
Welcome back, Devin, to Angry,
So while she
Racist, Lonely.
Michael, are you hearing any other people that's going to come out in the next couple, like anybody else in those emails?
No, I mean, it's, they're releasing these things and they release them. So, no, I haven't heard any, advanced stuff. It's just the fact that we have the 218 signatures now and they can send this thing to a vote. So, but no, I don't have any of that advanced information.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to see if Prince Andrew going to be in there because he quit or he left. So I'm assuming there's going to be other shoes to drop with other people.
Is this a movie or this is somebody else?
So it was stripped of his titlehood. His monthly stipend that he gets from the taxpayers is gone. He was stripped of his cottage on Frogmore. So all of him and Fergie. So everything is gone. No. That's not how that worked. Everything was taken from him, from the king. No, absolutely not. I just want to make sure we clarify that because I am still also a dual citizen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very little.
Is the reason why I call it like a horror religion because it consumes you. You don't have on this day I'm going to go to church and after that I'm going to the club and just do my cultural type of thing. It takes away your culture and it's a horror type of religion where it consumes your everyday. It controls what you eat, beyond, and it's very effective. And I think that the people around that time period, we've seen what happened with the radicalization of Germany, and we've seen what was happening and the potential of what.
Me and like 30 people, we just stood in a circle and started like humming and chanting like, "This is the sound of our souls." Or we like stomped our feet and like came up with like, and just sing and like, they all stood like howling and singing, and it was a really like, we all felt communally bonded to each.
It's just soundproof, you know, because these new buildings, they're like.
Honey, you'll be safe. Just stay in Clubhouse.
Honestly, we'll guide you.
Nobody can hurt you while you're in Clubhouse. Nobody could hurt me anyway, Al.
I used to date this girl, Pearl.
Yeah, you should. You know what? You should send me your address just
For a
in case I have to
weekend.
call the police because we hear someone breaking into.
Oh my God.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but
You
when
can't
you
hear her masturbating
let's
either.
ask you a question. In this case, let's say, God forbid, something does happen like this.
God forbid.
And you call
I'd have to explain to the police what Clubhouse is. Yes.
No, it's not. When you call in 911, it's gonna call in your local 911. How are you gonna guide them all the way to that 911?
I would call 911 in her.
I'm just making a point that they do know who some of these people are. That's all.
Yeah.
When they blow, if they die in the act of war against you, right? Because you're an infidel, the man will get 40 virgins when he dies.
The U.S. dollar is the only currency that people want to use. They don't want to use the local currency. And because of that, it causes huge problems with the government. Who's this with the eyes, man? Fuck you. Go ahead and say what you got to say, Mr. Eyes.
Hold on. I think there's a point of contention here. Like, you're saying that they're giving actual real, like, dollars, right? And Lowe is saying that it wasn't actual real dollars, but rather.
Why are you bringing up my name? I wasn't in that conversation between zero and eight.
Because you spoke first. You spoke about.
I didn't mention. I didn't. Okay, go ahead.
There's an underground economy out there where U.S. dollars are, you know, they're heavily valued because of the exchange rate. So the exchange rate, what is it? I don't know, $1,500 to $1. It changes a lot, you know.
Since when do you care? When do you guys care about the billions of dollars being sent out to different countries? Wasn't we just sending billions to Mozambique for condoms and transgender reassignment surgery? We were sending billions for that. Not you, baby. I'm just saying.
I look into these international economies as places that I might want to start a business or possibly even go and settle down, you know? And because I've had the same feelings as everyone has, it's like, what if America isn't safe in the future? What if, right? To be honest, I don't think we have anything to worry about, but I always like to look at an exit strategy, exit.
They finished up their process really fast, so a judge let them off. That's what A-Check was saying, and I think this is the article.
That's crazy.
Oh, so they were let go because, so it wasn't, it says refugee rapist. Oh, you didn't say refugee.
It's because the guy came too fast, and it was because he was black. That's why they let off.
Oh, my Lord. Did they?
I don't know how that happens. That's amazing.
Well, I don't know. I don't live in Europe. I just know what I've experienced, what I've seen in Europe, in particular in the UK.
We got an anon in the room.
4 years, like 3 or 4 times a
Helping
year.
Clubhouse make that money.
Yeah. But do you or others, in particular with this article, I guess I missed the conversation about the article. Do you think that there is a problem with immigrants and refugees not assimilating or understanding or adhering to the local rules and laws, yes, in particular violence towards women and children, right?
Of course it's true, because immigrants rape white women more than any other people or any women. They rape like they do in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Somalia, everything else like that. It's a horrible thing. United Kingdom. I don't understand why you white countries let these immigrants from these disgusting shithole countries.
Well, HX said, you said that one of the refugees told the police he didn't
I
know,
love
he didn't realize
HX
rape
like
was illegal.
perspective and position. Like
Like, do they know?
he's like the guy with all the answers.
He went to president, and then he was like, "It's my wife." After I
I mean, is he like running for office or something?
And you can't.
He's
you
also
can't educate
racist.
this
Awful
thing.
Well, should we allow that to be an
He's a trip.
excuse? Like, it's their culture, it's their religion, it's their culture.
It's like this guy's just like, you know, sweeping up in some warehouse or something, having this conversation, right?
You gotta learn the rules, especially something that's just inherent. I mean,
They are so
don't you know inherently to do something like that is wrong? I mean, I
They're
thought that would be
retarded.
inherent,
They're
but, you know.
stupid.
Well, I
It's a
mean,
waste of time.
culturally, it could be, or within written on certain sects of certain religions, that could
Nicholas,
absolutely
welcome to Angry,
what they only know,
racist,
right? We don't know, but when you come over to a
lonely,
different country,
depressed men of
immigrant or a
Clubhouse.
refugee,
You're listening to a
there
bunch
needs
of
to be some sort
angry,
of assimilation or
very
validation of
racist,
understanding what
extremely lonely
their
men.
new land is
They
going
are
to be.
depressed. They have no love in their
I don't
life.
know. What do they offer them? That
And then they have
I'm
little
not sure
KK
what they
here
do
to
in
be the female
UK,
voice
but
for what's lacking
I
in
don't
their
think they
souls.
even do
Welcome,
that
Nicholas.
here in the United States. But I think people in the United States, they would tell you, okay, you shouldn't be doing that
This is
shit.
our back end
Right?
roast
Their own
of the
people
room
within their own
live.
ethnic group that
This is
they
our
find
Mystery
them
Science
wherever they
Clubhouse
are,
Theater
right? To say, okay,
3000.
you can't do
Here's
that.
my
But
home.
I don't
People in
like
your
the,
own
oh,
ethnic
well,
group in the
they didn't
United
know
States.
clause. That's where I have a problem with it.
It's a great topic, but let me tell you this, right? In the United States, if somebody makes an application to come here to the United States and
We are supposed to personally place Glasgow Poppy
Your reason would apply equally to both, but I'm saying like there's a further reason to believe in Islam if Islam is true, which is that it has like some very material consequences, right? Certainly true for Christianity, right? That if Christianity is true and you don't believe in Christianity, you're kind of fucked, right? So if it's true, you certainly should want to believe it's true. That's like a I don't think the same degree.
Yeah, you're not getting into Canada if you have a felony or a domestic violence charge at all. Shit, you're not getting into Canada.
if I'm a pedophile in this country, in one of these countries, and they catch me, just in that local precinct, it's going to have my physical paper file. Now, when I make the application to these other countries, 9 times out of 10, nobody's going by there to look it up to that specific small part of the country. And when they don't even ask, they don't have any lie detector tests. They don't have a professional interrogator. Most of these people are first generation places where they're coming from anyway. So they have some type of like leeway on it, and so it's really a broken system. And somebody can go into somebody else's country in their 3-minute interview. Okay, come on in. Now that's crazy.
So the citizenship test, I've taken it online. They ask what is the Bill of Rights? Who was the first president? What is Congress? How many senators are there? All that shit. Instead of that, we should just ask, is rape illegal? Are you allowed to have sex with a 13-year-old? Stuff that's common sense. Because that, I don't think it's irrelevant if they didn't know. But shouldn't the onus be on them to know?
Yeah, you know what is it's not funny, but anywho, it's like even when I'm in London and there is a season of time that there's a lot of Arabs in the area and I usually stay in Knightsbridge, which is close to like Mayfair, Buckingham, Hyde Park, that whole area, right? And when I go to a restaurant and I'm sitting close to a table of all Arab men, they won't even they'll sneer at me. They look at me up and down like Judge Judy eyeballs and everything. And I'll just oh, sorry, excuse me. And they won't even acknowledge any of that. And I'm like, well, okay, well, fuck you then. Right? I don't care. But it's you're visiting and you still have these foundational ways of interacting with people they're less than. That's what I find problematic, especially if you expect us to change our ways and culture to be in your area of the country, but then it's not reciprocated. So during COVID, I had to go to work for Fight Island with the UFC. And when I went there, I had to go through this whole Zoom call briefing. I realized I'm a whore and I had to get all different clothes, my shoulders. I was paranoid about it. They're like, no, this is what the women have to do. And we're basically going to be confined at the W Hotel, but it's a cool hotel and da-da-da-da-da. It's just oh shit, I was actually nervous for it and thinking okay, this is what we got to do. But when they come into other parts of the world, they feel oh no, I can rape a person. It's part of my culture. Everyone needs to just step aside. But we have to be very ginger about honoring their beliefs that are different, even though they don't reciprocate that same respect in places that are not of their homeland.
Because that's what they do. They're ashamed of nothing. They just want to transform everything to there. And it's a horrible thing because it's if you like Pakistan so much, stay in Pakistan. I went to London. London looks like Pakistan. It's horrible. I can't even see any British people in London. And it's a horrible place.
Yeah, it definitely has evolved. It definitely has evolved in the past, I would say, 3 years. And you can see it even just from last year. Yeah, a year and a half ago to this past, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago to this past winter, it was vastly changed. They were telling me okay, no, you can't wear your purse on the outside of your coat. You got to do a crossbody, put your purse across you, and then put your coat on top of it so people on the street don't actually see your purse. And don't check your time on your watch. Don't bring your rollie, okay? You have to be careful in every capacity. Don't count money. You can't even hold your phone out. All of these things. And are you serious? And sure as shit, I think I wrote this in the chat this past summer, Beaver. The one place that I stay in, Knightsbridge, One Park Tower. It's right across from the Mandarin Oriental in London, in SW1. A man was murdered outside for his Rolex outside of the hotel that I always stay in. It's just okay, yeah, all right. It's changed for sure, but the demographic, for sure. That's why I know. And I was talking to a black cab. You guys, I don't know if people are aware, but the black cab drivers in London are iconic. And for them to be a black cab driver, you have to take the test. That's true. You have to take this test, and it's kind of an iconic cultural London thing, and they're treated with the utmost respect because they know every street, every side street. They have to be able to tell you in 2 seconds how to get to point A to point B and exactly what road that you take, whatever. I've always taken black cabs because I feel like I'm supporting the local economy in that capacity, the Londoners, and they were telling us okay, no, it's yeah, we have to be very picky now on who we pick up because now black cabs are being robbed. They're being robbed by migrants and refugees coming over here. It's we will only take 1 or 2 of them, and then at certain times of the night, and he's I hate to that, but I have to do that. So even the black cab drivers are feeling the pressure over in London. I don't know how often you're there, I check, but I was surprised to hear that because they're usually so friendly, not even worried about.
No, I'm there like every 3 years, and then they told me like I went to London, and people are like, yeah, you have to be careful on this street. Look, I'm 6'4" and I'm black. I think that's why I didn't get robbed, because they probably thought I'm one of them. But it was just horrific, you know. We went there and it's like my missus, she was so terrified. She went out one night because I had food poisoning, and these Arab Middle Eastern guys just kept harassing her, you know. They like just wanted to touch her and everything else like that. And I literally had to get out of bed to go pick her up because these guys are just like, they don't even know when a woman says no, you know. Like, fuck off. So like I go there every 3 years. Because I have my auntie, she lives in London, so I go to see her. But London is horrible. It's so violent. Honestly, I'm lost for words. I don't know why the West is committing suicide. Why do you need Algerians in London or Moroccans or Somalis? You know, look at the rape statistics and stuff, and it's like a woman 2 days ago in London. She got stabbed in the neck for no reason. Look, and why? She was just walking in Birmingham, I think. And then another one in Birmingham. And they didn't say anything. Because he was black guy from like, I think it was like Eritrea or Somalia or something. It's a horrible thing that's happening. And I think you guys, you have to wisen up. There's a reason why these countries suck. It's not because it's like, yeah, well, colonialism, bullshit. Japan was nuked twice, and Japan is a great country.
But you still hate leftists more than you do Muslims, right?
I hate them both the same way.
Well, what changed from yesterday? You hate leftists just a little bit more.
A little bit more, but to be honest, they bring in the Muslims. So it's just a horrible
Butterfly,
thing.
I have to leave. I have to get up early in the morning. Melissa,
Okay, midnight's a great cutoff point.
thank you for doing this.
Okay, take care. Good night.
Japan, they're like, oh, it's so fantastic. Why? Because Japan is a homogeneous country. That's why. They don't deal with these people. And the new prime minister is going to deport all of them. So the lefties are just such a bad problem. I don't even know how to deal with them, honestly. And if you try, like try with it, they kill you.
Yeah. A lot of problems like that, bro. Let's just be honest. I mean, they have a lot of problems with foreigners and gaijins going around certain districts acting a damn fool. And they have someone.
What area? Were you talking about, Rayaba? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I'm so sorry. I was trying to get ice cream because I'm a fat kid right now. What area were you talking about?
I forget which district it was. I don't know if it was in the Kyoto region. But, there's a lot of foreigners going around fucking with people over there. Like the geisha girls and shit. Taking photos and shit. Like people from America, people from the Western world in, parts of Europe and shit.
The Asians don't fuck around with that shit, for sure. Oh, and one thing I'm trying to get caught up in the chat. Yes, Denny, a lot of Kuwaitis own a lot of, and that's another problem. A lot of Kuwaitis, they own a lot of the flats in London. And so there's a housing problem. So the prices go up as well. And I'm like, well, shit, if they can afford it, they can afford it, right? But when you have a high congested area, so small, and you have a lot of foreign money there buying up all the places, it could be problematic for, for the Westerners, or the Londoners that are local there to be able to find reasonable housing and home.
No, that's true. The Qatari government.
Under the categories of the cat as well. I just didn't think Negus was a good negotiator.
I don't deny that there'd be psychological benefits if I lived as a Muslim. If it affects 1 billion people and they seem to live their lives as well, there must be some benefit that they're getting out of it. So, like, you know, I'm not denying that. I just hope that, you know, if I can grant you that there are psychological benefits to being a Muslim, that you can grant that, like, a lust for knowledge is good, that wanting atheism to be true, if atheism is true, is a virtue. Not that you should want atheism to be true if it's not true, but if it is true, you should want to believe it. I hope that you can have that principle in your heart.
Actually, that's a principle of our religion, Sam. Our religion, there's a statement that's attributed to the Prophet, but to the effect of that you should seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. That wisdom is the lost property of a believer. Like, this is a core tenet of our, like a core principle for a Muslim, that you should be seeking. The Quran starts out with Iqra. The first revelation was Iqra. You know, it was read. And the reading here is not just reciting Quran, right? It's about seeking all knowledge. So that's why you see in Muslim civilization, that's what it produced, right? It produced a civilization that at its core had a foundation that flourished in that region, a region that had been desert. Look, Sam, when can you name any dynasty or civilization that came out of the Arabian Peninsula? Is there any archaeology?
I mean, the Arabian Peninsula, no, it's just the Muslims.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, all of human history, which is ripe with, you know, that region is like, there's so much human history there, right? Thousands of years of human history. The Persian Empire, which Nargis loves so much, thousands of years of history. The Roman Empire, thousands of years of history, all in that little region. But in this peninsula, right, not a shred of intellectual, you know, production for civilization. Forget intellectual production. And yet, after Islam, it becomes the center, right, of intellectual learning, of which universities were first produced, right, from this region, from this civilization. Medicine, I mean, you know, the golden age of astronomy and medicine and all that. Like, I'm not saying this is a proof, but it is an interesting outcome because the civilization is built on an intellectual foundation. And this, like, it's even more than just your general liking of knowledge. Like, it's deeper than that. Like, it's a core part of our practice as a Muslim to be seeking education, knowledge, and following that truth, because it's even more important to live by the truth that you arrive at than just to know it intellectually.
Didn't the development come when it moved out of the Arabian Peninsula? I mean, it moved out pretty fast.
Say that again?
Didn't the intellectual development happen when it moved out? I don't know. I'm asking you. I know that it moved out of the Arabian Peninsula pretty fast.
No, the Arabian Peninsula was the seat of it, right? And
It was a seat, but it moved out quickly, and was the
it never left.
Yeah, but was the intellectual development done in the Arabian Peninsula, or was it in the areas that moved out?
Intellectual development.
So it actually never left. So it's not like it moved somewhere else, and then intellectual development only happened in one region.
Well,
the entire civilization. Yeah, that's what I'm answering. The entire civilization, right, from the starting point of the.
Hey, because they raised my shit $2. Now you're talking about every paycheck in America. Every paycheck in America getting an extra $2. You know how much fucking money this is? And so now it's like, whoa, guys. Now they're spending $100 billion here, $40 billion here, $20 billion there, $10 billion here. He's like, hey, chill the fuck out. And people are mad at the guy. Unity. Joe, I'll promise I'm right here. Unity. Why can't it just be as simple as this guy is just...
Why are you here?
What the hell? You brought me up.
Yeah, you here following my ass around again?
What?
Who you saw being here and coming to this house of Tina? You know Tina.
Hey, Nicholas. My name is Brian. People call me either Southern Boy or Southern Man or Dog. But hey, you can call me Brian. Or you can call me B.
What's up,
But
B?
Nicholas, Uma is out of pocket, bruh.
Yeah, I agree. And Uma, what the hell, man?
What? What's out of the pocket?
Out of pocket means you're crazy.
My brain what?
Yeah, exactly.
My brain what?
Crazy.
Your brain is like a Mejnun.
Yeah, exactly. What do you?
I don't understand that.
He says.
It's Arabic for crazy.
So crazy is conscious, radiant, ambient, zealous, you.
Not always.
She's trying to use my languages in my name.
What's up,
She literally told me everybody my name. That's funny.
I didn't. You said that yourself, Brian.
Oh yeah, my name is Brian Sellers.
So
And yes, I do live in Valdosta, Georgia.
Congressman.
Does it hurt your heart? Does it hurt your heart the fact that I'm like chewing?
You had to put the blowing up the second mosque. You had to put it on hold.
We had a radical leftist judge that won't let us do it because she said these women are so horrible. These women are going to be the downfall of every society. She said that a terrorist hasn't come out of this mosque yet. So we have 6 mosques left in South Sudan and we want to make it 0, but she wouldn't give us the green light. It's a horrible thing. These leftists, these women with their suicidal empathy are going to get us all killed. White, black, Asian, in between, doesn't matter. We're all going to die because of them. Because they don't have the stomach to do what's right.
Hey, I'm not discounting that one. I agree with you on that one. I mean, I think we need more women like KK, Patricia, various others.
True.
Listen, you're always right.
We need the less, like, fucking, I don't know.
Bima is a radical leftist woman, even though I like her. She's still a radical leftist woman.
Yeah, see? I mean, I don't like the septum nose piercing.
Radical? What makes her radical?
She's an idiot. Or you know what? Maybe idiotic would be the appropriate term.
Oh,
but I mean,
Lord, can we not do that?
But
I think Bima's the nicest person I've met on Clubhouse.
But I mean, like, again, like, he's right, though. Like, these are the ones that go to the ballot boxes, they get their tampons in there, they lift their fupas up, they put it on the desk, and then they vote down a fucking particular thing. And then and again, we're all subject to it. These are the motherless children that no one wants to go. They somehow have time in between.
They got those SSRI eyes, the crazy eyes, had an abortion or 2.
Yeah, and then they collect their tax dollars and show up at every freaking town board meeting because it's the only thing going on in their life because, in between the 9 cats that they got to feed, they're going to sit there and say, hey, I want to vote to make the world a better place. And we're all living with the ramifications of it. This is why, sometimes I think the testing, the shit that we do with voting at times, like, people really do vote against their interests because they don't bother to burn.
This is why the founding fathers didn't give women the right to vote, because they knew better. Because right now, I have a radical leftist canceling out my vote.
Should we go back to that, you think?
No, give them the right to vote, but it just don't marry them. But then they get more radical. Look at the last vote. It was like 60% of young men voted, and the number one issue was affordability, to buy a house and raise a family. 88% of women from 18 to 29, my age group, voted the number one right was for an abortion. What, to abort my kids? That's your number one issue? These are terrible people we're dealing with. You don't understand. I don't think you guys understand this. When they say bring down the patriarchy, they mean it. We're dealing with radical leftist women. This is why they're single. This is why they're the most depressed.